What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome again to another Psionic Aftermath clan war. We're going to be playing against Risen from the Ashes tonight. We're about to get in the game any minute now. We're just getting vetoes underway now. I'll be your only cast for now. This is Passion casting. Looks like the first map's going to be Overgrowth. Alright, we are getting underway on the first game. It's going to be a random versus Protoss. Kimba's going to be playing random, and their player named Made in Quebec is going to be playing Protoss. It's going to be on Overgrowth. By the way, this is a 4v4 best of 7 all-kill format. There's going to be 2 diamonds, 1 platinum, and 1 gold. Alright, so in the bottom left, we have the red Protoss from the Risen Ashes. His name is Made in Quebec. And in the top right, we have the random player spawning as Protoss, the player from Psionic Aftermath. His name is Kimba. Looks like a forge opening from the red Protoss. He's gonna be walling off with a gateway. And gateway into refinery from the blue Protoss, Kimba. Looks like a complete wall off here from the red Protoss. Putting some cannons up at the front. I wonder if he's going to go into a Stargate. Usually people, if they wall off completely, it means they want to go to an early Stargate sometimes. Currently boosting a Zealot out. Now he's going to be working in or building an Adept. Got his own forge here at the natural. Red's getting his cyber core. Looks like he might be going for some type of proxy or hidden structure, or maybe a hidden nexus, hidden base. So the blue Protoss is actually going to be in a very good economic position since he went for a fast expand. He's got 2 bases now, and red is showing no sign of getting any aggression or doing any aggression anytime soon. But yeah, he is going for that Stargate. Let me lower the music real quick. Sorry. Kind of loud. Sorry about that. Alright. He's got this probe here. I don't know what he wants to do with that. Maybe get a Nexus when he has 40 minerals. Sending in a Zealot to scout, sees all the cannons, sees that there's no expansion, so let's see what he does to respond to that. Gonna build a robo, getting another gateway. Gonna send 2 Adepts to try and scout, maybe to see if he took his base yet or not. Oh, but he is, yeah, he did take this hidden base over here. So Kimba might be a little confused seeing no base. I wonder if he's gonna, you know, get a hunch and try and scout to see if there's any hidden bases around. Double Stargate coming in. He's going to be warping in a Void Ray. Oh, he got the shades in, so he's going to see the double Stargate, and he warps the Adepts in. He's got this Mothership core, so he could overcharge, but I guess he doesn't realize he has it or something. He's using his probes to kill the Adepts. That wasn't the most efficient trade, but at least he cleans it up for now. Got his first Void Ray out. Looks like Kimba wants to put on some more pressure. He's going to be sending some Adepts across the map. But he definitely saw the Void Ray. And he has nothing that shoots up. Maybe he'll just shade all these straight in. Try and kill as many probes as he can. Yep, that's exactly what he's going to do. Smart play here from Kimba. These depths are just going to tear through the pros. Oh no, he's attacking his own Nexus for a minute there. So he shades back out and goes back home. Did a lot of eco damage right there. Sorry, I just need to lower the music again. It's so loud. So let's look at some numbers here. Kimba has over twice as many workers. It's 46 to 21 probes, and the army supply is heavily in Blue's favor, 37 to 10. He's now moving his army across the map, but still has nothing that shoots up. He may be able to bust down the wall with the immortals and everything, with the immortal and all the adepts, but he has nothing to handle this void ray. So he has 2 void rays now, and he has his mothership core for overcharges. If he remembers to do that, then he should be able to clean this up eventually. He's going to shade back in again, keeping his immortal back here for now. Kimba took his 3rd base. So even without knowing about this hidden base over here, he has to know that he's ahead on supply. I mean, ahead by eco, on eco. He's gonna be scouting around, but I wonder if he'll scout that base over here in the corner. Because if he scouted it, he could kill it easily. There's nothing here to defend. Yeah, he's scouting around, but he's not scouting that one base. Looks like Made in Quebec, he just wants to mass up some void rays. And to be honest, he doesn't have Kimba doesn't have a lot of anti-air, so he's warping in some stalkers now. And after a while, I guess he'll have enough stalkers to deal with them. But got a big army here. He's definitely gonna be able to bust down this wall. But I don't think there's enough stalkers to deal with all these void rays, so he'll be able to clean this up eventually. Unless there's a misstep with micro, the red Protoss should be able to save here eventually. I mean, should be able to hold. He needs to target fire down the stalkers. Oh, he's gonna recall. Nice, nice. Saves his breaks down the wall and then gets out of there without losing too much. Kimba's gonna be gearing up to take his 4th base. Looks like he's got a little bit more anti-air now, so he's gonna try and go for another attack. He might have enough stalkers to deal with the void rays. Oh, but he's making carriers now. Interesting. Oh, yep, he scouts it, so this base is definitely gonna go down. Unless he like does a recall over there. He could do that. He could recall his units. Yep, that's exactly what he's gonna do. But there might be too many void rays here. I mean, too many stalkers, but that's not the case. It doesn't clean up all the stalkers to be able to kill all of his army. He needs to just mass up
a bunch of stalkers. Just a bunch of stalkers. That's it. Probably could use Blink too, but I don't see a Twilight Council. So first two carriers are out. Getting his attack upgrades and defense upgrades. He's got a lot of stalkers now. He's gonna try one more time. I would like for him to just stay at home a little bit longer and just mass up even more stalkers, because he's gonna have a lot more production than Red is gonna have, since he has more bases and more probes, more eco in general. Worker count is 79 to 35. So Blue Protoss has about as many probes as you want to have. Any more than that, and it's cutting into your army supply, which is not good. So he's coming back here with more stalkers, and he'll definitely take this Nexus down. Won't be able to recall in time. Void Rays are a bit out of position. They're over here by the main base. They're coming back now, but he's going to scout that. He's going to see exactly where those Void Rays are. And the supply is double in favor of Kimba. So it's not looking too good. I mean, like I said, he does have Void Rays and carriers. He's got upgrades for them. So like, if he can somehow kill all these stalkers, then he'll have like a very short time period where he can go try an attack and do damage with carriers or something until Kimba makes more stalkers. But I mean, I don't think that's gonna happen either, because Kimba's economy is just too strong right now. He's got 3 pretty much fully saturated bases. He's almost completely maxed. He's got tons of stalkers now. I mean, it's just that, let's see, does he have any upgrades? Yeah, he has +1. They all have +1 on attack and and armor, sorry. But I mean, this still might not be enough stalkers. If the Void Rays use prismatic alignment, they really help with the stalkers, I think. I'm not actually sure about that. I think they do. I guess he's just gonna sack his base. I don't know, man. It's not looking too good for the Red Protoss here. Looking quite grim. The stalker count is getting out of control. More and more stalkers. If he tries to fight up this ramp and doesn't micro correctly, he could lose all these stalkers. Definitely. Oh, nice. He clinks in. Yeah, there's a lot of carriers here, so he needs to pull back and just get like, just completely max out on stalkers. This is what I was talking about. This is like that one chance. He killed off a bunch of stalkers. He's got these upgrades and stuff. He's got full interceptors. This is the like sweet spot for Red. He has to attack now and do a ton of damage. And he could actually still win. He killed all these stalkers and then killed all the bases. The thing is that if Blue can hold this, then he's definitely won the game. Because the Protoss is not mining at all. He has 0 income. All Blue has to do is kill these carriers. He needs to focus them down and click on them. I know a lot of them on move command not firing at all. This is like really close. It's hard to tell who's gonna win, to be honest. So he's killed all the stalkers. He's still got 5 carriers. And Blue forgot warp gate, I guess. He doesn't. I think he researched it. He's just not using it. I'm not sure. He must have forgotten about it. So again, yeah, all Blue has to do is hold and kill these carriers, and he wins the game. But he needs to micro correctly. He needs to target fire the carriers, because half of the stalkers were just move commanding into the carriers in that last fight. He won't be able to kill him, so Kimba will take the first game. Alright, next map's going to be Habitation Station, and Ash3s is going to send their Platinum player out. His name is ASAP. Alright, getting the game set up and started on Habitation Station. Kimba's going to be playing random again, and their next player is named ASAP. He's a Protoss. Alright, so in the top right, the random player spawning as Zerg is Kimba from Psionic Aftermath. And in the top left, we have the platinum player coming out from Ash3s. His name is ASAP. Protoss. So a PVZ. Score is currently 1-0 for Psionic Aftermath. Gonna go pool first. Is the Zerg. And gateway into a simulator from the Protoss. Sending a probe to scout, sees the early pool. And the gas. Oh, and a fast evolution chamber as well. I wonder if he's gonna try like a link drop, fast link drop or something. That would be cool. And if Protoss doesn't scout it, it could do a lot of damage. Might not be expecting something like that. Yeah, that is... I don't believe that's a full wall off. It might be though, it's hard to tell. Gonna be Chrono boosting his Zealot out to close the wall. And he will scout the Evo chamber and some lanes. Lane's going across the map to scout, I guess, or see if they can do damage while he also takes his natural expansion. Nice pylon placement here so he can get vision of the corner of his base. He's got some lanes gonna poke in here, but he's gonna see a bunch of adepts and a zealot, so he's probably gonna turn around. Wonder if he's even gonna poke up the ramp. I don't see why he wouldn't, but looks like he might be trying to hide them for something. Hide to see when the timing of his expansion is. Oh, a Stargate here. I wonder if that's in the range of the Overlord? No, it's not, so he doesn't see that yet. Metabolic Boost is going to finish up for the Zerglings while he's researching +1 melee attack. Going to be getting some queens out. Looks like he's setting up for a macro game. Django in chat asking if Kimba played Protoss last game. Yeah, that's correct. He's playing random. And he spawned as Zerg this game. So Adept's gonna be shading across the map. Or not. Just kidding. ASAP just faking me out with that one. Got a Phoenix out. So the Zerg is definitely going to scout we'll know that about the Stargate now, and Zerg's morphed some Banelings in the back of the Protoss base. Is he gonna see them with the probe? Oh my! Oh my! Oh my God! What?
Teleport successful.
So close, but he doesn't see them. The Baneling's still just sitting right there. I mean, if he transfers the probes, that could be epic. He transfers like half of his probes and they all die to these 4 Banelings. That would be insane. If he doesn't scout them. I mean, once the Nexus finishes, you should see them because the Nexus will give him more vision once it's finished. So Zerg's gone ahead and got his lair, and also a Hydralisk den. Okay, he's gonna see the Banelings, but wow, doing a lot of damage to the Adepts. So you know, not too bad of a trade. He kills 1 and damages a lot on like 4 of them. Got some Phoenixes over here, gonna try and pick up this Queen, but I don't know if it'll be able to kill it fast enough. It should be able to pick it up again though. Yeah. Oh, but another Queen here. And the Adept shading in now with the Hydralisk just now popping out, but I don't think the Zerg has enough. A ton of Adepts here. Drone's pulling off the line that helps, but there's just nothing here for the Zerg because drones are all dying. The Adepts are going to shade into the main now. The problem is that Zerg had nothing to scout this coming in. I mean, he knew about the Adepts because of the Banelings, but he didn't see the Adepts coming across the map. So he was a little unprepared for this. And the army supply for the Zerg is now 8 to 30, and he's just going to GG out. Nice game there by the Platinum Protoss from Ash3s, evening up the score to 1-1. Alright, it's going to be on Daybreak.
Oh, you guys hear my keyboard? Yeah, sorry about that. It's the I have a CM Storm keyboard. Blue blue keys, mechanical blue buttons. Alright, players are ready. It's going to be a PvZ on Daybreak. Slight delay there, someone just left the lobby, restarting the countdown. Sorry about that. Alright, so we got a plat versus a plat. Even though Fabez's border says diamond, his MMR has actually sunk down to platinum 2. Alright, got the score updated. It's 1-1. In the top, we have the orange Zerg from Psionic Aftermath. It is Fabej. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure, though. And in the bottom, we have the teal Protoss, currently up 1 game for his team. It is ASAP. Platinum Protoss. Gonna wall off here with a gateway and a pylon. I think if you put a zealot here, when it's walled like this, I think Zerglings can squeeze by. But I'm not sure about that. At least in Wings of Liberty, you had to wall off with a gateway and a cyber core, and then a zealot in the corner like that. Yeah, someone is causing the game to lag. I'm not sure who that is, though. Probe Scout gonna come in, sees the timing on the pool. It's actually a hatch first build. And not mining gas just yet. Or if he just forgot, or if it's like, or if he accidentally built the extractor too early for his build.
Oh wow, he's gonna take a third hatch and it gets immediately scouted. And Protoss is yet to take his expansion. He's actually building going up to 3 gates and a cyber core. Fabej has a overlord here to see the 1 gate and no expansion, so he's gonna know that it's just a 1 base for now. Sneaky probe here in the main base of Zerg. Oh, he looks like this overlord is gonna see it though. The pathing of this overlord is definitely gonna see that probe there. Yeah, and he even sees it. He just saw his camera moved there. The thing is that with Legacy of the Void, the warp gate, when you warp into a pylon that's not near a nexus or a gateway, it's gonna warp in extremely slowly. It's gonna take like 16 seconds to warp in, and that was their way of like nerfing the 4 gate. But really, all you have to do is put a proxy pylon and then put a gateway at the pylon, and it'll warp in 2 seconds instead of 16. So a lot of times, oh, there's no depth stuck back here. It's not going to be able to get out. But I was going to say, a lot of times people make the Robo Bay for the Warp Prism, because the Warp Prism will also warp in units in 2 seconds. Oh, adding 2 more gateways, so he's going to go for 5 gates. And he canceled that gateway here to get that adept out. Yeah, Zerg's not doing too much. He's just running up a bunch. He's gone up to 37 workers. Which, I mean, there's no proxy pylon. There's no way for the Protoss to do a ton of early aggression because there is no proxy pylon or warp prism. So he's got a ton of gates. Maybe he was expecting some aggression from the Zerg. I'm not sure. But he's got a ton of gates and no way to really pressure the Zerg because there's no proxy pylon or warp prism or anything. So Zerg is actually in a really good position as far as economy. Starting to make some Zerglings. Still doesn't have the speed though. Just researching that now. It's about halfway done. So he's Protoss has actually got his Twilight Council now. He's going to try and get some upgrades for his gateway units. Six Adepts and some Sentries going to move out on the field. Maybe try and pressure the Zerg. Which, by the way, this army versus just a handful of slowlings is actually going to be pretty good. There's a spine crawler coming up in 3rd. That's super important. That will probably save him. That will probably save the 3rd base here from going down. Because if it was just a bunch of Zerglings, slowlings, okay, the speed's actually up now. So he should be fine. He's going to be able to surround all this. There needs to be some really good force fields. Nice. Arson. Good force fields though. I don't know if it's enough. Oh yeah, definitely is. That should do crazy damage to Zerglings. But all the energy on the sentries are out now, so there's no more force fields. He needs to try and move that spine crawler a little bit. A bunch of Zerglings about to pop out, he should be okay. I don't know if this hatchery gonna go down though. If he tries to get down, he could definitely kill the hatchery. Oh yeah, he got focused it down. The hatchery does go down. But he's still way ahead on workers. It's 49 to 30, so almost 20 ahead. 20 workers ahead. Protoss does have his 2nd base up now. Starting to saturate that. Zerg gonna go ahead and throw up his 3rd back down, and he's got roaches out now. Adept shading into the main base. With these roaches here, he should be fine. The depth's gonna turn around. The depth's not too great against roaches. See that? It takes about 8 of them firing like 4 times each to kill one roach, and it didn't even die. So yeah, he's gonna turn around. Oh, he also has a third run by here in the natural to get inside the main base. I wonder if he killed any probes. I didn't quite catch that. Yeah, it looks like he killed a few probes here. 9 probes going down from the Protoss. So the worker count is now 52 to 30. The Zerg player is still in an excellent position. Despite his third hatch going down, as soon as it comes back up, he's going to be able to have it saturated again. A little bit oversaturated in the main base, but it's not too big a deal. Got his Spire up now. But it almost looks like the Protoss is expecting a Spire since he's warping in a bunch of Stalkers. Also, the Stalkers do pretty good against the Roaches as well. They can kite the Roaches. Going to be researching his bridge speed now. And Protoss is taking out these middle rocks here to have a faster rally into the Zerg base. Yeah, Zerg is playing quite greedy in this game. He's taking his 4th now, which is risky, especially in this position, considering he took out these middle rocks and can get here quite quickly. Yeah, there's actually not a lot here for the Zerg. Okay, there's some roaches and some mutas. Oh shit. Sorry about that. This is going to be tough to tell. I think the Zerg will hold, but barely. Warping in the Adepts to the mineral line is good, except the economy for the Zerg has already been so good that he can just remake these drones immediately. So yeah, he loses some drones, but look, he has 500 minerals now. He could remake all of his drones instantly. And the supply is actually double. More than double for the Zerg at 120 to 59. Oh, 2 Stargates coming out for Phoenix. That'll definitely help with the mutas. I really hope Zerg has a different option in mind other than mutas, because if he keeps making mutas versus Phoenix, I mean, Phoenix is hard to counter mutas. The only way mutas can beat Phoenix is with poor micro from the Protoss, because they can be kited for days. Zerg doing quite well, 4 bases, and Protoss knows about all 4 bases, so gonna go ahead and take his 3rd now. So let's look at army supply. Protoss is going to attack into the Zerg right now, and the army supply is 89 to 50. Now, Protoss units do have a reputation of being a little bit more cost efficient than Zerg units, but to what point? I mean, looks like Zerg is holding this quite easily. He won't be able to kill the Phoenix, though. The mutas all go down, but the roaches will be able to deter the stalkers. Gonna pick up the Queen. And we'll get the kill on that, but I guess he's gonna GG out. He realizes he's too far behind. And Fabaj will take game 3, putting the score at 2-1 from Psionic Aftermath.
or 2-1 for Psionic Aftermath. So next player should be a diamond from Ashes. Gonna get that game set up here in a minute. Alright, going to be going into a ZVZ on Whirlwind. Player in the bottom left, the green Zerg from Ashes, is Spore. I'm so bad at that. Anyway. Top left position is Fabej, reigning champion from Psionic Aftermath at the moment, up 1 game for his team. Fabej. So, players have spawned in vertical positions. I believe this would be better for someone going for a more aggressive build. Both players looking like they're going to go hatch first. Fabej opting to go for his gas before pool. Actually, both players doing the same. Pool goes down for green, slightly faster than for blue. Both players going the wrong way for their first Overlord. That's important to note because if you know, if one person finds out you can actually move your Overlord and view the hatchery, the natural expansion building, and then move your Overlord back without them seeing your Overlord, because it has a much larger vision range than your hatchery does while it's building. But that's not the case in this game anyway, because both players went for the opposite direction with their first Overlord. But they're going to meet here in the middle, so they'll see each other and go back. Blue's going for a Roach Warren. That's interesting. Most times in ZVZ you see Ling Bane at first and then Roaches later on. So green going to be getting his Bane Nest. Bane vs Roach, I have to say it'd go in favor of the Roaches, but Roaches are highly immobile in the beginning, before Roach speed, especially when there's no creep on the map, so obviously the blue Zerg is wanting to get defensive with his Roaches. The problem with that is that with lots of lanes, they can get surrounded just like this. And with speed, they can get easily surrounded. If you go for Roaches, you have to keep them in good positions, like between the mineral line where the Zerglings can't get a surround. Cute little positioning here with the drone. He's going to hold position next to the queen so that the Zerglings can't hit the queen. But, okay, he's got plenty of Roaches out now. He can deal with the Zerglings. He just has to think about positioning with the Roaches a little bit better. And let's look at some stats, or some numbers. 22 to 24 workers in favor of blue. And the army supply is pretty much dead even at 26 to 27. Bunch of Zerglings coming into the natural here. Gonna get a surround on the Roaches. Yeah, definitely too many Zerglings here. Roaches will go down. And let's look at the production. He's making 8 more lanes to follow up. 2 spine crawlers in production for the blue Zerg. He will be able to hold eventually. Not too much damage being dealt to the blue Zerg as far as economic damage. So, still a pretty even game. Problem is, does blue know that? He might think he's more behind than he actually is. He has really no information about the opposite side of the map. The Baneling's gonna come in now. Roaches need to go and tank the damage from Baneling. Okay, only getting one drone there. That's important to know. There are no more Banelings here, more Roaches here to defend. So let's see. Workers killed. There's been up to 12 workers killed for green, but the workers are still pretty much even. It's actually still in favor of the Blues, or 22 to 20. So this is getting to be pretty all in from the green Zerg. He's gonna have to do a little bit more damage than he's been doing in order to come back. Babetch has actually gone up to 27 workers, so it's now 27 to 20. He's doing much better on eco. With some leftover roaches to help defend, he's going to throw down his Bane Nest now. I mean, one Baneling could have done so much earlier in the game. I really wish Blue Zerg had gone for his Bane Nest a little earlier. I don't see why not, why he wouldn't have, because it could have helped so much. Tons and tons of Zerglings out on the map for the green Zerg. And he has this like little window of time where he can actually do damage before the Banelings come out. He's gonna snipe this queen, that's pretty nice. Oh, actually, yeah, okay, he's going for the queen. There's so many roaches here now though, even without the Banelings, you should be able to hold this, especially if you micros them correctly. Yeah, like, yeah, that's perfect. He will definitely be able to hold all these Zerglings, and he's going to be way behind after this, after he cleans up all the Zerglings. He really needs to find more damage. He's not finding it, so... Green opting to drone up now at this point, so his workers has actually gone up to 27 to 25. Green's actually in the lead as far as workers goes, but at the cost of army supplies, since it's now 8 to 43 in the lead of the Blue Zerg. So Fabej would probably be a good idea for him to attack and counterattack from this. He could definitely do some damage with all this army supply. Looks like he's gonna do that now. He's gonna A-move across the map with this massive army. And I want to see if Green's scouts or sees it coming, because the army supply is still 12 to 56.
Mineral cluster expended.
Right now on the map, all the Green has is 15 Zerglings, that's it. Now he sees the attack at his main base. And there's just way too much stuff here. There's not enough Green Zerg to deal with all the Blue Zerg. I mean, even if he got perfect connections with Banelings on the Blue Zerglings, there are just still too many roaches. Looks like he's gonna send some Zerglings across the map to try and maybe counter, do it like a base trade, but they aren't even gonna make it across the map because there are more reinforcements coming in from the Blue Zerg to cut them off. And it is now 0 drones for the green Zerg. Oh, he does have a Spire out, but I don't think he has enough. Yeah, he doesn't have enough resources to make those units. He's gonna GG out. So Fabej going up 2 to 0 for his team. So that's going to take the score to 3 to 1 for Psionic Aftermath. Alright, so it's match point for Sonic Aftermath. The last player from Ashes is going to be Cinder. I mean, no, I'm sorry. His name is Skittles. Just going to wait for him to pick a map. Alright. So the next match is going to be Echo. Skittles versus Fabege. Skittles is another diamond. Alright, players are ready. We're going to get started on Echo for another, or no, actually a ZVT. Skittles is a Terran diamond from Ashes. Yeah, Fabege is doing good. He's up 2 wins for his team. He can't actually all kill because Kimba's already won 1 point for Psionic Aftermath, but he's doing quite good. He might be able to finish it out for his team. Definitely. That would be super impressive. But again, his despite his border saying he's diamond, his MMR is actually platinum, despite playing like over 300 games. So he's played over 300 games, and his MMR is in platinum. So I'm saying it's like, you know, his skill level isn't too high into diamond, if it is much at all. Just updated the score. Alright, so we have the bottom right Terran in purple from Ashes. His name is Skittles. And in the top left, we have the Blue Zerg, currently up 2 points for his team, Fabege. Gonna be sending out an SCV to scout. Looks like a barracks into refinery. It wasn't it wasn't a gas first build. Maybe gearing up for the Reaper expand. Hatch first build here from Zerg. Hatch first into gas. No, I think Django talking about a misplacement. I don't know. I think he placed in, he got into diamond. He got promoted into diamond, and then he's just been, I guess, kind of in a slump since then, and he's just lost a bunch of games because he's now in Platinum Tier 2 MMR. He hasn't been doing too well, but showing some promise here in the clan war, definitely. This could be a confidence booster in the ladder. Maybe he'll get back up to Diamond after this. Especially if he takes out this Terran. So let's see, Tech Pats, Marines, Reactor Marines, and a Factory from the Terran. Zerg going for Speedling and Roaches. Got his expansion up, starting to saturate that base. Dealing with this Reaper here, but he has more than usual. Most Zergs try to hold it off with just 4 Lings and some Queens. A couple Queens, and he's got actually 2 extra Lings. And sometimes that sends mixed messages, because when a Terran goes with his Reaper and scouts a bunch of Lings, he has to think like, is this Zerg gonna all-in me with like a Bane bust or something? I mean, if he sees a bunch of Lings, then you know that's telling of an all-in. But in this case, it doesn't look like that. Looks like he just made 2 extra Lings to help defend, make sure he doesn't take any damage. Terran gonna bunker up at the front, so maybe he did see those extra 2 Lings and think, I wonder if he's gonna Bane bust me. Let's get some defenses up. So he's got his bunker up at the front ramp. Ling's gonna poke in, see that there's a bunker. Actually, pretty much gonna almost all go down. Turns back around. He's got some roaches out. Looks like he's gonna attack with these roaches. Workers are currently 34 to 30, so he's cutting some workers for these roaches. Ooh, with the tank out, if he gets that sieged up, yeah, he's definitely gonna be able to hold this. Definitely gonna be able to hold this. It comes down to how soon will he realize that he won't be able to break the wall. How many roaches is he going to lose to this bunker and the tank before he realizes he needs to turn back? He sees the tank. Oh, he got a ton of wings here, actually. Very nice tank shot in the middle of that bunch of Zerglings. Wow, that was probably, I wonder if he targeted the tank to shoot in the middle of those Zerglings, because that is what definitely helped him hold and defend here. Like, say the tank had targeted one of the roaches on the end, it would have like killed one roach and damaged another, but all those Zerglings would have had an extra like 2-3 seconds to kill more things. But instead, the tank shot landed right in the middle of that bunch of Zerglings, killing almost all the Zerglings, and that is what helped him defend right there. So it looked like he probably, I don't know if he targeted it himself. If so, then very good micro on his part. So Zerg looking like he's going to take his third instead of continuing aggression. Taking his third and going up to 5 gases. Getting his lair. 2 Evo chambers. Maybe he's going to be going for Roach Hydra composition with the Evo chambers instead of Aspire. If he was going to go for Aspire, I wouldn't expect both Evo chambers like that. But it could be. Who knows? Yeah, he's going to go up to Hydras. Perhaps Lurkers as well. I know Fabej, I know he likes his Lurkers. Lurkers can do very well if you just keep a couple of them near each of your bases. It'll help first drops. Keeping them spread out will force the Terran to scan a bunch.
Terran currently just massing up some bio, some tanks, looking extremely untouchable, extremely defensive. And there's no way Zerg's going to be able to touch him for the next, excuse me, few minutes. Gearing up to take his third. Got a third command center. Finished in the main base. Could float that over anytime. Some more barracks. Gonna go for a bio heavy play, getting his bio upgrades as well. Terran scans in the main, sees a bunch of Zerglings. Oh, does he see this Nidus? He hasn't scouted the Nidus yet. He sees a few Hydras. He probably thinks he's okay. I wonder if he's gonna notice. I want to see his vision. So there's a Nidus in the main base of Terran right now. Is he gonna see it? I don't think so. He has no idea this Nidus is coming in his main base right now. He's gonna be moving his third.
Mineral field
Now he
depleted.
sees it.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Stimming to the main base. Okay, that's not a bad decision. He gets a few links in.
Add-on complete.
Gets as much SCV damage as he can, as many SCV kills as he can before he knows that he's not going to be able to do any more damage, and he backs back out. So I mean that's
Upgrade complete.
not bad at all. I mean, if he had committed
Mineral
and
field
Nidus all
depleted.
of his units there, they would have died. Definitely would have died. The army supply is 81 to 48. So I mean, Terran's doing quite good. That little bit of harass is gonna help.
Ready for dust off.
Help the Zerg do a little bit of eco damage. I mean, he's doing quite good on eco. 63 workers to 48. The problem is that he doesn't have enough army. I don't think. He has the army supply is 97 to 56 for the Terran, and he's moving across the map now. Let's see, let's look at some units. He's got 8 Hydras, 7 Zerglings. Oh, he's got Lurkers in the main base. Holy crap, I didn't notice. So, Terran's gonna base trade. Oh, these Lurkers aren't finished yet. And even if they were, they can be scanned, so... Man, there's so much Terran here. I don't know. If he can morph some Lurkers and kill the orbitals, then he could probably hold, but... Because then he wouldn't be able to scan the for the Lurkers. He's got them rallied right into the Nidus. He should have warped these in the back of his base and kept them to defend. Oh wow, he Nidus them back. He Nidus them back home, so he's gonna be able to. Oh, he scanned them. Kill 2. Scan again. He's gonna be able to kill these 2 lurkers. Maybe folks. No, he's not. Kills one of them. There's still one lurker here. But it's not even getting burrowed. He's just gonna GG out. There's just way too much Terran. He had like 3 orbitals still. Very nice game from the Terran. Alright, so Terran's gonna take his score, take his team score up to 2-3. And just gonna wait a few moments here to get our next player out from Psionic Aftermath and get his map picked.
Alright, as we wait for the next game, I'm just going to be right back. I'm going to use the bathroom. I'll be right back in like 30 seconds. Alright, next player from Psionic Aftermath is going to be Rage, a diamond. And the map is going to be Newkirk. And Rage is a Zerg, so we're going to have another ZVT. Already getting the game underway. Another ZVT on Newkirk Precinct. Alrighty, getting started off in this 6th game. The score is 3-2 for Psionic Aftermath on match point. And in the bottom right we have the purple Terran. His name is Skittles from Ashes. And in the bottom left we have the new player Rage from Psionic Aftermath, Green Zerg. So both players diamond. Terran's going to be going for a Rax into gas. And it looks like Zerg is going to be going for a hatch first build. for a Reaper first. Very popular in this build, in this matchup, I'm sorry. Reaper is good for scouting, mostly. Drone harass, if you can get a drone, that's, you know, that's a plus. Reaper expand from the Terran. Setting an SCV to scout. Sees that it's a hatch first build so that he can send his Reaper across the map. Because if it was a pool first, he probably would defend with his Reaper instead of attack. Because then you have to think about Zerglings getting around the Reaper and to the natural expansion to delay the natural or even get a cancel on it. That would be huge. That's not the case since the Zerg went for hatch first. Reaper's going to come in, try and maybe harass some drones. Scouts it out a little bit, sees that it's hatch first, sees a couple of Zerglings, decides to pull back a little bit, probably tend to his macro. So reactor, barracks, and a factory going down. I wonder if he's going to switch that off and go for some Hellions. Hellions can be very good in the matchup right now, especially since Zergs are doing lots of Zergling, Speedling pressure builds. Speedling builds. I mean, Speedling is very popular in ZBT right now. Losing his Reaper. A little bit of a miss micro right there. Gonna be putting a bunker up at the front. Can never be too safe, right? Better safe than sorry. Actually, that's not true. In StarCraft, you can't be too safe. If you're too safe and your opponent just goes for a macro build and doesn't pressure you at all, instead it's just drones up, you're in trouble. You were too safe. Should have pressured. And that is the beauty of StarCraft. So he's going to poke up with some Zerglings, sees a bunker, decides to go back, which is a good choice. Getting his lair, getting a Bane Nest as well. Probably the bunker is a good tell that he's going to be going for bio. Which he is. He's going for 2 additional barracks. And he hasn't really scouted too much, so he's just going off a hunch that it's going to be bio, I guess, with the Banelings, with the Bane Nest. Zerg not doing too much, building a few lings to scout, and you know, maybe to fake the Terran out, because as a Terran, let's see, all he sees is a spawning pool, 2 bases, and some Zerglings right outside his ramp. So I mean, he doesn't really know too much at all right now. It could be a Bane all-in, or it could be anything really. He doesn't have too much information, and so Zerg opting to use this opportunity just to drone up a little bit, and now he's going to be sending in some Zerglings. Building some Zerglings perhaps just to defend or to scout. I mean, the Zerg doesn't have too much information either. He doesn't have any vision of the main base, but he does now. He just saw the reactor factory, reactor starport. Has to realize now that it's more of a standard opening, nothing cheesy, nothing like Cloak Banshees or anything. Nothing too cheesy coming out of the Terran. Morphing some Banelings right here in the middle of the map, and these Hellions going the wrong way. If they ran into the Banelings, they would have been able to kill all those Banelings. But he didn't see that, and he actually has tons of Zerglings here now. Definitely has more than enough to hold this. But he's not using all of his Zerglings. Oh, oh man, almost had some really money connections with those banelings. Oh man, oh, nice, okay, decent baneling hits, I guess, but just didn't have enough Zerglings. Ooh, dropping some ambulas. This is quite confident, I mean, as it should be. There's not a lot here for the Zerg. He turned those banelings back at the beginning there. I think if he did not turn those banelings back, he would have gotten like all the Hellions, because they were still in Hellion mode and not Hellbat mode. But for some reason he turned those banelings back and then they all died. So Skittles will go up 2-0 for his team, evening out the score to 3-3. So it's match point. This is the last game. Going to be pulling out the last player from Psionic Aftermath. Sushi's not actually on the lineup for this clan war tonight, unfortunately. Excuse me. I'm not sure. The person who is on the lineup is actually not replying right now, so we're just looking to find a different player. I mean, if all else fails and we have no one else, I'll play. But I'm looking for literally anyone else. There's a couple diamonds in the channel, so... Alright, so the only map that hasn't been played is Vani Research Station. And the last player from Psionic Aftermath is going to be another Zerg player. His name is Menace. So it's going to be another ZVT. Alright, both players are ready. So this will be the last game of this clan war, but stay tuned because like right after this game we're going to have another clan war. It's going to be against Rival Gaming. This one will be a much higher level clan war. It's going to be 3 masters and 1 grandmaster. Best of 7 all kill. Same format as this one. That one is going to be awesome. Again, that's going to be right after this match, so don't go anywhere. And we are loading into the match. Alright, so in the bottom right we have the purple Terran from Ash3s, currently up 2-0 for his team. 2 wins to 0, I believe. Or no. I'm not sure, I can't even remember. I have such a bad memory. Anyway, it's Terran, and his name is Skittles. And in the bottom left we have the Zerg, new player from Psionic Aftermath, the last player. And his name is Menace. Again, this is a best of 7, and the score is currently 3-3. So it's match point. Looks like Terran's going to be doing the same. We might have. Yeah, we looked at the wrong map. That's probably my fault. But alright, yeah. Looks like no one really gives it. Yeah, no one really cares. It's the wrong map, but. So Ash3s from the Zerg and a Reaper expand from the Terran. Zerg going to be getting his Zerg speed.
leaving only one drone on the gas. I hope that's. I mean, I expect that's to be for getting help getting some Zerglings out and some queens. A lot of Zergs like to defend with just like Zerglings, queens, and spine crawlers. And not too reliant on their gas early game. Gonna shoo away this Reaper. Looks like he lost one drone. Gonna put up the bunker just like last game, exactly the same. Tech Lab on the factory, maybe going for Banshees. He might swap those out. Zergling's gonna poke up the ramp, sees the bunker, so that's gotta tell him that he's gonna be defensive for now. He's got a Overlord here, he could scout the main base. If he wanted to. He would have to sacrifice an Overlord to really get in there, but it's an option. Zerg gonna take his third, seeing that there's a bunker there and that Terran wants to get defensive. He's gonna go ahead and macro up, which is a great decision. It's the best thing you can do. Trying to bust Terran when he's getting defensive is not a good idea. Unless you're ahead on macro, like heavily. Reaper gonna come in here and get a scout. He's gonna see the third base. He's gonna see a ton of drones at the expansion. And he's gonna see a Roachborn as well. He's gonna see pretty much everything. He might see the lair as well. Does he see the lair? No, he does not see the lair, but I mean he's got enough evidence now to say that the Zerg's gonna be macroing up. He saw a ton of drones at the natural and he saw his third base. And the Overlord is gonna come in here on the main base and scout everything. He's gonna scout everything. He's even gonna see
Our forces are under
3
attack.
bunkers, maybe. He's gonna see the 2 bunkers, tanks, everything. So Zerg's gotta know, like, don't attack Terran. Don't attack Terran right now. He's bunkered up. He's defensive. He's not showing any signs of aggression. But I would like to see like a Zergling out here to see when he moves out of his ramp. I don't see why you wouldn't do that, because that's important to know. Actually gonna go for some roaches. Gonna send them across the map maybe? No? Pulling them back? I mean, with tanks in the bunkers here, there's no way roaches will be able to do anything. These roaches will get destroyed as soon as they go up the ramp. So he's gonna stay back for now, use them as defensive units. Just in case. See, he's opting for his melee attack. I mean, his ranged attack. So, possibly going for Hydras as well after this. Gonna go for some Ravagers, that's always great. That's always very good versus tanks. As soon as you see the tanks in your vision on your screen, you can corrosive vile them. 3, I think, takes out a tank easily. Might even be 2. I don't think it's 2. I think it's 3. I think it takes 3, but sending his units across the map. I don't know if he's gonna be able to break this though. Honestly, the Terran is super defensive right now. 3 full bunkers, 3 tanks, medevacs with bio. There's no way this is gonna do anything. I mean, then again, with some very good corrosive biles, it could swing in the Zerg's favor somehow. So he's gonna take out this command center and force a cancel on that. That's very nice. I want to see the Zerg's vision. I mean, he knows there's bunkers and tanks. He knows he just killed off a third.
Mutation.
So he's gonna pull back. Yeah, that's a good decision. He doesn't need to go up the ramp. He's ahead on economy. 54 workers to 39. Slightly behind on army, but that's okay. Terran's gonna move out of his base a little bit. Look around. Sees there's nothing around. And he's gonna move across the map. And the Zerg has no idea this is happening. No idea this is happening. He's gonna scout in now and he sees the bunkers are empty. This is his camera, so this is where his camera is right now. Yeah, he has to know that there's an attack coming in. Liberators in play now, but they can be easily killed with the corrupted vial. Kills one off. Oh, very nice. The Zerglings that just popped out, they tanked like 4 different tank shots. But there's too much bio here. And Menace is going to GG out, so Skills will take the game and take the match. Score is, the series is finished 4-3 for Ashes. Alright guys, so again, don't go anywhere because we have another clan war coming in just a few minutes. It's a Master and Grandmaster clan war. That's going to be against Rival Gaming. Should be starting any minute now. Just stay tuned to the stream, and we'll get that set up. So just a few moments from now. Just stand by.